Hey guys, welcome back. A little late on the review here because I was out working tonight and I just got home a little bit ago. So needless to say, I didn't get a chance to watch really any of the games. I saw some highlights of them, and so I mean that's a little it's a little better than nothing, obviously, but. Couple of interesting games, and one game, a little bit of a surprise. The other one, not too much of a surprise, but what do you say we get into the first one? It's game one of the Lightning and the Panthers. That was the first game of the night, and they had. Just seeing some of the highlights, they had the Panthers had some good shots. The Lightning kind of responded, but the first goal of the series is scored by Duclair at 14:01 from Huberdeau and Montour. So that puts Florida on the board first, and it sends the arena into. The arena was rocking. So they were feeling good about themselves, and that's how the first period ends. First period ends 1-0 Florida. We go into the second, and again, seeing some of the highlights in that, some big a lot of good saves were being made, some big hits, and then a penalty is taken by Florida. So it puts the Lightning on the power play, and at 16:22 on the power play, it's Perry from Kucherov, and it was. I saw the highlights of this one. Kucherov had the puck, and it's like everybody just kind of they totally focused on Kucherov, left Perry just all alone, as if to say, oh, this will be easy. So at 16:22, that's the power play goal. That ties the game at 1. And the rest of the second period, not as it was not quite as adventurous as that. So the second period ends, it's 1-1. And we're thinking, hey, this will be a good third period. This could be a good third period. Well, it's a good third period for one team. Third period starts, and again, some good action, good saves, but and it's Bobrovsky and Vasilevsky, and Bobrovsky he couldn't quite hold up. At 3:35 of the third, it's Bellemare from Perry and Maroon. That ends up being the game winner. That is Bellemare's second of the postseason. So that puts Tampa up 2-1. And then Florida just they get undisciplined. As it gets to as it's into 13, 14 minutes into the third. They're down 2-1, so they're trying their darndest, but they get careless. They take a penalty, and at 15:54 on the power play, it's Kucherov from Hedman and Stamkos. That's his third of the postseason. So that basically puts the game out of reach. It's 3-1. Then Florida does it again. They take another penalty. And like the game wasn't salted away enough, it's Colton at 17:44. That's a power play goal from Paul and Sergachev. That makes it 4-1, and that's how the game ends. The Tampa Bay Lightning go into Florida, and they win 4-1 to take a 1-0 lead in the series. And Tampa looks at. Tampa comes out of that first round series. They looked, they got a scare. This looks like the Tampa Bay Lightning that we're all very familiar with over the last couple of years. And Vasilevsky, oh, he might be starting to warm up now. But the shots in total favored Tampa. But the first period was 11-8 in favor of Florida. In the second period, it was 13-10 in favor of Florida. In the third, it's 18-10 in favor of the Lightning, for a total of 36 shots for Tampa, 34 for the Panthers. The power play was huge for the Lightning. Power play was 3 for 6 on the night, and the Panthers, they still do not have a power play goal yet. They went 0 for 3, and that is a big thing they need to change. I mean, we're in the second round, and they still do not have a power play goal. That's not good. Something needs to change on that. They got to get that power play going somehow. But you know, in the saves, Bobrovsky stopped 32 of 36. Vasilevsky stopped 33 of 34. So that'll do some wonders for Vasilevsky's goals against and save percentage, when he was allowing 3 goals a game basically against Toronto, and he only allows 1 tonight. The 3 stars, as picked by the NHL app, Vasilevsky, the first star, no real surprise there. Kucherov and Perry. So Vasilevsky's starting to look like he has the last couple of years. Looks like looked like the best goalie in the world. We'll see how the Panthers respond in game 2. They need to respond, and they got to get that power play going somehow. So Tampa's up 1-0. On to the second game of the night. This one was cool. This one was, boy, this could be one of those series too that, boy, if the Blues don't figure something out here, whoo. But this, of course, another game I wasn't able to really tune into, but I saw some highlights of it. And the first period was pretty evenly played. And the Blues strike first. It's O'Reilly from Schenn at 6:25 of the first. So St. Louis does something that hasn't happened to Colorado much. Colorado gives up the first goal. So that's big for St. Louis. Gets them on the board. They end up getting out of the period with a 1-0 lead. So that's good for St. Louis, right? Well, you can only hold the Avalanche down for so long. Because in the second period, this is where Colorado starts taking over. They take over on the shots. They just start taking over the entire game. At 3:14, it's Nichushkin from McKinnon and Rantanen. That ties the game at 1. That's Nichushkin's 3rd of the postseason. And that ties it at 1. And the play is continually in St. Louis's end. And finally, the Avs take the lead. It's Girard from Manson and Landeskog. That's his first of the postseason at 11:32. That gives Colorado the 2-1 lead. And you're thinking, oh boy, here we go. But fortunately, Binnington wasn't allowing anything more in that second period. So it goes from the end of the first period. The Blues are up 1-0 at the end of 1, but at the end of 2, it's Colorado up 2-1. So the third period comes, and it's totally, the play is in one end of the ice basically for most of the period. But the Avs take a penalty, and Kyrou ties the game. His 4th of the year at 16:46. So that's a huge a huge deal to tie the game. And of course, leave it to me to forget to write down the assists. But Kyrou tied the game at 16:46 on the power play. So that ties the game. Then we go to overtime. You want to talk about a pure dominating performance in overtime? This was it. St. Louis, oh boy. Again, playing one end, Binnington is under siege. And at 8:02, Manson ends it. His first of the postseason. Gives the Avalanche the overtime victory. And it's just, boy, this after the first period, this game turned ugly. It's almost like Colorado just kind of woke up and is like, all right, time to take over. And that's basically exactly what they did. So the Avs win 3-2. They go up 1-0. The shots overwhelmingly favor Colorado. But in the first period, it's close. Colorado has the advantage in the first, 8-7. Then in the second, it's 19-9 in favor of the Avs. In the third, it's 14-9 in favor of the Avalanche. And then in the overtime, 13-0 in shots in favor of Colorado. St. Louis could not generate one single shot in the overtime. And that's, whew. So, Colorado finishes the game with 54 shots, St. Louis with 25. The Blues went 1 for 1 on the power play. The Avalanche, surprisingly, went 0 for 3. And the save department, Binnington stopped 51 of 54. He was under siege all game long. Kemper stopped 23 of 25. And the 3 stars were Manson, Binnington, and Nichushkin. And, if St. Louis does not figure out how to get that shot difference under control, this could be a short series too. Colorado just looks, they look really good. Really good. 54 shots in the first game. 13-0 in the overtime. Yeah, that's not gonna get it done if you're St. Louis. So that wraps up. That's the 2 games for tonight. I hope you guys enjoy. And it'll be, what do you guys expect from game 2 of these 2 series? Can the Panthers get back into it? Can the Blues get back into it? What do you guys think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're new and you're just cruising on through and you happen to see this video, hopefully you like it. If you like it, hit that like button. If you really like it, hit that subscribe button down there. I would greatly appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. And talk to you guys again soon.